Yes, I will give mine.
Richard Fuller.
Thank you very much, Sir Desmond. Just on the Minister's comments about the government's announcements in December and the subsequent announcement by NESO about moving forward rapidly with renewable energy, and relating to East Park Energy, which is a proposal in my constituency, which has 74% use of a best and most versatile land. In neither the December statement nor the January announcement by NESO was there any reference at all to the criterion of the use of best and most versatile land. Can she just affirm that that criteria is still used in the assessment of which projects the government move forward?
Can I thank him for his intervention? And I can't comment on his individual case in his constituency, of course. But of course, when developers are applying for planning permission, they go through a series of criteria and have to adhere to a series of criteria, whether it's for the small development of smaller solar plants where it goes through local authorities, or whether it's through the nationally significant infrastructure project process. And we will ensure going forward, and the solar panel task force is looking at all of these issues as well, that we are making sure we are mindful of all of the range of issues that we need to consider when we are looking at bringing infrastructure into communities. And I think I will come to this later, but it is really important to say, you know, we want to do this with local communities and with consultation with local communities, with considering what other options are available to us as well. So that will continue. Yes.
Ben,
in my constituency in Huntingdon, we have a new solar farm proposed at 1,900 acres. It spans from my constituency across into North Bedfordshire, which my honourable friend here represents as well. The local population have spent a lot of time liaising with both myself and my honourable friend with regards to the impact that it's going to have and the lack of consultation that they've received. They've been told that they're realistically going to receive no real benefit from the solar farm being there. They're certainly not going to receive directly cheaper energy bills for having it built right on their doorstep. I wondered what the Minister would say to those constituents and also the constituents of the other members in this room who are effectively having nationally significant infrastructure projects foisted upon them, and the fact that they don't feel that they have a say or any real ability to push back on this.
Can I thank the honourable gentleman for his intervention? And I think he expresses, you know, a concern that local members of Parliament will always have when constituents come to them with issues. And look, we are balancing an issue here when it comes to solar. So at the moment, about 0.1% of all our land in the UK, and it turns out about 0.1% of all agricultural land as a proportion as well, has solar on it. So even if we were to reach our targets and go beyond, it would still be less than 1% of land. So we have that statistic to look at, but then we have the local situation to look at too, right? Which is where we absolutely accept that we are asking people to have infrastructure in their communities that will affect them, will change their view, will change their roles, will change the jobs that are available. It has an impact. So we are looking through our Clean Power Action Plan at what are those community benefit systems that we need to set in place. Now, I can't speak to his particular case because it's going through the process and it wouldn't be right for me to do so. But I am mindful of what he's saying about the need for communities both to feel like they're going to have some direct benefits, but also to understand why we need some of this infrastructure. And the reality is that we haven't created and kept up to speed with infrastructure developments in this country over the last couple of decades. We need to move faster, whether it's our grid system, whether it's our renewable energy, whether it's our transport systems. We need to build these things for our future, for our children, for our grandchildren, to have the future that we want to see. And of course, we need to be mindful of how local people feel and the impact it has. And that's why, for the big national planning infrastructure, nationally significant infrastructure projects, there is still, of course, consultation and it's strong engagement with communities, and that needs to get better. And we are looking at that through our Clear Power Action Plan.